But one thing I have noticed as a child of God over the years, in over 37 years of carrying the Bible, I have noticed that people do not know what wealth is. When you talk about wealth, the first thing that comes to people's mind is money. And money is paper money, paper money, cash, is the lowest level of wealth. Paper money, if when they talk about wealth, all that comes to your mind is paper money, it means you have known that you are cheating yourself, because that's the lowest level. In fact, there are 4 kinds of wealth. Okay? And financial wealth is on the lowest rung of the ladder. 4 kinds. There is status wealth. Are you aware there are people that have money but people don't respect them? You can't say you're wealthy like that. There's status wealth. Status wealth is when a man is conscious of his integrity. You must understand that integrity is a currency stronger than cash. There are families today that are so rich, but people will not allow their children marry into that family. Because they are rich, but the father has no name. It's called status wealth. Status wealth is the kind of wealth that when they hear the man's name, people say, that's a good family. There are families today that are billionaires, but they have wealth without enterprise. Nobody can trace how they became wealthy. So people say, no, you can't marry from there. It's status wealth. When a person lives a life, when he's conscious deliberately of how he lives because he wants to build a legacy. A good man liveth an inheritance, not cash. Status wealth. Then there is health wealth. A man has no money in his pocket, but is not intending to visit a doctor. A man has no money in his pocket, but is very healthy. There are wealthy men today who carry drugs like chemists. There are rich men, rather, financially rich men, who carry drugs like chemists. That's not wealth. Because when I begin to describe what wealth is, you begin to understand that once you are indebted, you are not wealthy. If you study the proper English definition of wealth, is having abundance without debt. Any aspect that is disadvantage already eradicates wealth. So there is health wealth that a man has no money. That's why some of you don't know you are wealthy. You don't have money in your pocket, but you are not sick. There are human beings today who are multi-billionaires, but every 6 hours they must take an injection. Every 8 hours they must take an injection. A man said to me when I was about to pray for him, I said, what do you want? He said, every 28 days they change my blood. He said they have to change his blood, drain out blood, inject blood. Because the blood in him, at that time, he begins to have infections and also they have to drain things out and inject every 20. He has all the money in the world. You can't say that man is wealthy because he's deficient. He's a debtor to health. Then there is time wealth. Time wealth is the abundance of time you spend, the memories you create with people that matter. There are people today, all they remember about their father and their mother is the memories their parents created. My father used to say. Have you heard statements like that? My mother used to say. My father did this. That is the wealth they have. Wealth are beyond tangibles. You make a mockery of wealth when you limit it to just tangibles. And that is the problem we have. Then there is financial wealth, which is money, of course. It's the lowest level. Because you know why? Any idiot can get that one. Any coward can have money. There are people who have not seen the 4 walls of an institution. They have good money. Am I communicating here? They have money. So that is the lowest level. So what is wealth? Wealth is abundance of valuables. Wealth is a summation of assets and resources minus debts. Every debtor can't claim to be wealthy. The Bible said the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Anytime you borrow, you are prophesying servanthood. Anybody you borrow from, you are saying this person from now is my master. When you understand the trap of borrowing, you will run from borrowing, because borrowing is slavery. Anytime you go into borrowing, you in-debt your life. What is borrowing? What is debt? But debt or borrowing is using your ability to pay for your liability. Borrowing is using your yesterday, or your today rather, to pay for your yesterday. Nobody should be a borrower. Nobody should be indebted. The word debt, D-E-B-T, means desiring enjoyment before time. Desperate enjoyment brings trouble. Am I talking here? You must be very careful. No matter what you are going through now, it is better you manage your life today without the intention of paying anybody tomorrow than you live on. There are people who are living on borrowed life, borrowed clothes, borrowed hair, borrowed shoes. Yeah, they have something at home. They have something at home they can manage, but they ignore